Welcome back to Enlightened Trading. I'm your host, Conrad, and today we have another look at the crypto market. So as usual, this is my TradingView page. Go check it out for some regular updates. And you can see my latest post here about Bitcoin going into quadruple resistance. And that is actually also the topic I'm going to talk about today. And you can see we actually now went higher and into my resistance target, so it's pretty key to what happens now. So also make sure you follow me here on Instagram, for some fun along the way. So that's that, and now jumping into price action. Also, of course, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel for being updated on a regular basis about some interesting market moves. So as I said, we now went into my target of resistance. We have the 0.618 Fibonacci coming up from the top drawn to the bottom here on Coinbase. And we had now consecutive daily higher highs and higher lows. And I do think it's actually time to break the the higher lows and correct a little bit prolonged. I do think it's time. Price went a little bit too fast, in my opinion. And yeah, as I said, I do think a correction is due. On a weekly, you can also see how we made higher highs almost every week, except for this week, this green too. But still, we are a bit extended in my opinion. Of course, we still have room to go, but on the RSI. But in general, I do think it's time on the daily. We are getting into this overbought territory, as you can see. So also signaling a bit extension on the BitMEX funding rate is still a bit favoring the bulls. So that is actually a sign of positive strength. So let's see where it all ends. Of course, on the 4-hour time frame, we're still holding at the high, and regarding the TD sequential, there is no sign of weakness currently. So still signaling strength in that regard. But as I said, just also the quadruple resistance which is coming up regarding this 0.618 Fibonacci, this trend line here on the top, the 100 and 200 day moving average, as well as structural resistance here in the past around 8,000. I do think it's time for a retrace, at least to the target of around 7,000 to 7,200. I do think that is likely for now. It depends how fast it happens. But yeah, even if we wick above, maybe going into 8,050, I do think a retrace is still more likely currently. I'm also positioned on the short side, so I'm also doing what I'm telling you. So that's that. Ethereum, acting very similar. Also, we could delete this. That's not what I want to do. And use these consecutive higher highs on the daily. And you can see we are forming sort of a rising wedge here. On Ethereum, I don't like rising wedges too much. I do respect them though, if they are formed clearly. Even if this rising wedge breaks to the downside, which it usually does, I do think we aren't going much lower than 170 in my opinion. Maybe a bit lower, but not too much. I do think this 100-day moving average here on Ethereum, if it gets broken, will be pretty important. So yeah, my target, as I said, would be down to here. This would be approximately also the range of the wedge. So I would look out for that and retrace to retest then also this horizontal resistance, which we actually broke over today. So that will be important on what happens here, and if we actually manage to hold above 200 basically, or 197, 197. So that's it for Ethereum, and I actually think I won't talk too much today. That's actually it. There isn't too much to say in my opinion. So I could go to Bitmax, and yeah, you can see we are now retesting or testing the 200 and 100 day moving average. I don't think we will break above. Maybe we will. We have to evaluate after that. We also are on a green 7 currently here on the TD sequential, so there is a correction most likely coming off of the 9. So even if we break above or consolidate here in this topping range, I think the next 9 sell will be pretty important and will send prices lower. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in and staying updated on these market moves. And yeah, I hope you are going to have a great weekend. There isn't much weekend ahead, but still going to have a great week. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys and girls and people back next time. Bye.